Yes, we are good to go.
Namaste. I'm Suvralina and I'm inviting you all to this morning session of Young Indian Theosophist of the Indian section. And today we have a talk followed by question answers and discussions if time allows by Professor C.A.Shinde. And the topic of the discussion is to investigate the hidden potential. Before we move ahead with the talk, let us get into silence for 1 minute and do the universal invocation. After that, I will introduce the speaker of the day. O hidden life, vibrant in every atom.
Again.
O hidden light,
Hello.
shining in every creature. O hidden love, embracing all in oneness. May each who feels himself as one with thee know he is also one with every other. Come back. So as we all know, our speaker of the day is Brother C.A.Shinde. Let me briefly introduce him to the audience here. Brother Shinde is a retired zoology professor and he had worked for around 37 years. And he is the author of 10 textbooks in zoology. He has been a life member of Theosophical Society and rendering his service to TS since 1975. Brother Shinde has conducted seminars, School of Wisdom, Workers Training Camp, study classes in various places throughout India as a national lecturer of Indian section. He is also an international speaker who has visited Sri Lanka and Croatia. Many of his articles are published in the Theosophist, Wake Up India, Theosophical Digest, the Indian Theosophist, and many other Federation journals. He has also compiled the Watchtower articles of Mrs. Radha S. Bernier, which is published as book titled The World Around Us. Brother Shinde is now a resident of Adyar as the librarian of the Adyar Library and Research Center, and he is secretary of Olcott Memorial High School and is also participating in various activities at Adyar. And he's a general council and executive council member of the TS. We all have heard Brother Shinde many a times. I'm sure today's topic, to investigate hidden potential, is such an interesting thing. And being a professor and who has already done a lot of research, and I know him like he has done a lot of research, not just without, also within. So let us listen to him. I invite Brother Shinde. Over to you, sir. You have to unmute yourself and then speak.
Thank you, Suvralina, for your kind words, and also thanks to all brothers and sisters. Good morning to all of you. I am really happy to be with you to share some thoughts on hidden potential of man. You know, we as human beings, it is essential to discover ourselves, our own hidden potential. You are the potential master. You are the God within. And as we know, we must be the real seeker of truth. The motto of the Theosophical Society is Satyanasti Paro Dharma. No religion is higher than truth. So our duty is to seek the truth. We must be real seeker of truth. And it is therefore motto of occultist. It is rightly said, the motto of occultist is to know first our higher self, our God within, and then we must dare to actualize it. So first knowing it, then daring to actualize it, and after actualization in our life, we need to be silent. That humility must come. This is the motto of the occultist, to know, then to dare, and then to be silent. So when we know this motto of the Theosophical Society and motto of the occultist is one who is the living the teaching. So we know now, many times theoretically we read about the three great truths put forward by the theosophical literature at our disposal, like truth of human soul, whether there is soul or not, but they have given as the three great truth of human soul, truth of life, truth of man himself. So these three great truths one needs to discover. This is our potential. So truth of human soul, truth of life, truth of man himself. The human soul, as it is said, it is immortal. And its growth and splendor has no limit. When it speaks about life, life is the principle, very beneficent principle. It is also immortal, undying principle, always beneficial, but it is not heard, smelt, or seen, which means it is beyond our sensory perception. So these are to be discovered, investigated for ourselves. And we are more concerned with the human potential. When it is said, soul of man is immortal, its growth and splendor has no limit, that itself indicates that we have soul as a divine being within, as a God within, who is self-sufficient, and God within has a tremendous power of wisdom and compassion. So this truth itself indicates our human potential. It is the potential of strength, potential of wisdom, potential of love within us. And these truths, the Theosophy says, are as great as life itself. We know everybody loves his life and life is great, but these truths also are as great as life itself and as simple as mind itself. So this is a very good statement to ponder over, and let us see what Mahatmas or masters of the wisdom they say. They have already pointed out, as for human nature in general, it is the same now as it was a million years ago. So we have not discovered, we have not investigated yet our potential. And therefore our nature has not changed. That is what the masters of the wisdom they say, as for human nature in general is concerned, it is the same now as it was a million years ago. And what HPB, our founder member of the Theosophical Society, says about the human potentiality, she says human potentiality is expressed only when man learns to think and feel as truly as human beings should feel and think. So we have not yet learned to think and to feel. And then HPB says it is only then when we learn this to think and feel, it is only then man acts, works of charity, justice, generosity spontaneously. So that spontaneity comes when we learn really think and feel as truly human beings. These are the statements one need to ponder over a lot. And further, HPB says, the function of the theosophist is to open men's heart. Then if you know, let others know. So here she gives the duty. If you are knowing how to think and how to feel, then function of a theosophist is to open men's heart and understanding. And for this she gives clue also. And clue here is we must focus our attention from head learning to heart learning. So this is what HPB says, we must learn to synchronize heart and mind to make our potentiality into actuality or practicality. This point needs to be understood. And I think I would like to tell you, someone asked, how are you? Usually when we go for a walk, somebody meets, we face this question. They ask, how are you? And we say, yes, fine, thank you. Like this we reply. But one person replied very rightly, and it is quoted. He said, I am perfect, but I have some difficulty in manifestation. When it was asked, how are you? He replied, I am perfect, but I have some difficulty in manifestation. So we have a very good, beautiful soul within, powerful, with wisdom and love and compassion, but we do have some difficulty in manifesting that soul into our daily life. So the point is, if we really discover and if we really begin to love without any wanting, without any condition, if we begin to talk without any bad intent, if we begin to give without any reason, and if we begin to care without any expectation, perhaps these actions are really help us to manifest that soul in our daily life. That means to manifest that potentiality and to make that potentiality as our actuality, our daily living. Then it is this hidden potential bound to express outside in our life as order, as harmony, and begin to radiate perfume of our love all around. Rather, this is the way we have to humanize ourselves. That is what it is stated by our elders. As the other truth says, man is maker of his own destiny. Well, in Sanskrit, it is very well explained. If man is a maker of his own destiny, then there has to be planning. There has to be understanding, and you have to plan your schedule properly. Because planning is very important in life. If you don't plan, how can you proceed in an orderly manner? When man is a maker of his own destiny, he must plan, and that is what mentioned in the Sanskrit, one of the states, amantram aksharam nasti, nasti moolam anaushidam, purushaha ayogyaha nasti, yojakataha tat durlabaha. Which means, amantram aksharam nasti means, no word is there without the potential of mantra. Mantra meaning is that which sustains or protects the mind. So, no word is there without the potential of mantra. So, whatever word we speak that has that power, whatever word we chant for worshipping the God, that has that power. So it is said, amantram aksharam nasti. Then nasti moolam anaushidam. No root of plant. Again, vegetable kingdom. No root of plant is without medicinal value. And further it says, purushaha ayogyaha nasti. So no person is incapable. There is ability. And inability is our ignorance. And what ignorance? Yojakataha tad durlabaha. We don't plan in our life. So it is better to plan. Nowadays, intellectual development gives very good plan, but they don't work out. Again, the drawback comes to manifest what is there in potential. So it is very well said that when this divine, why we should plan this? Because in this youth life, as well, I am happy that I am addressing the youths. This is really, the youths must remember, if we are really touching with this divine within in early life of our youth stage, then one's life, it becomes a great privilege to him. When this touches within our heart, then it is a great blessing. When it is touches to our life, it is a great privilege. When it touches to our heart, it is a great blessing. Then when it touches to our mind and makes it open and active, it is an honor. And when it touches to the soul and spirit, it would be a miracle in our life. So it is this miracle should happen in your life in early age, so that you will be the great servant of the humanity. Of course, the whole life is to serve the humanity through synchronizing the heart and mind. We must begin from young stage to respect our own feelings, because feelings, they come from the heart. If you respect those feelings, they will be with you right from the young stage. And if you give right response to your feelings of the heart, they grow along with your growth. And if you deny them, they die out. So feelings are so sensitive. You must respect them. This is what synchronizing of the heart and mind need to be understood, and learn to think and feel like the human being and not the personality as such. So it is said, use your nature in totality. You have eyes, you have ears, you have hands, mind, heart. So total nature of human personality need to be used. That is a skill. Use your eyes for kindness. Use your ears to listen compassionately. Use your hands for the dana, charity. Use your mind to seek the truth, and use your heart to be empathetic, compassionate, and love towards all life. This is how one must be free from masks. Now we are free from masks in the pandemic, but we are really free from masks of our fears, our anxiety, masks of our anger. All these are the masks which are difficulties to manifest that hidden potentiality which is within us. When we speak of the hidden potentiality, many of you are aware that there are energy centers in the human body. We are already equipped. Our body is equipped. Our body is perfect with all these energy centers, but we are not aware of it. Better you have acquired this knowledge about these energy centers, which are said to be more than 7, but mostly about these energy centers, it is said 7 of them are useful, and 3 of them are useful in the worldly life. 4th is essential for the meditation, and 3 are really helpful to express our potentiality in our personality. When you know this, and when you connect this with your biological systems, try to read these. They are the potential centers along with our spinal cord, along with our spine. At the root, there is Muladhara Chakra, root chakra we call. That is controlled by the earth element, and earth brings gravity. So there is stability in our life. So this energy center, which is at the base of the spine, gives stability, dominated by the earth element. So all these elements, earth, water, fire, air, ether, all these elements, 5 elements, are helping our body to be survived for 100 years. But we are disturbing it. So when you really focus your attention to the root chakra, then your earth element gets activated, and it gives you to stability in your life. When you focus your attention on the spleen organ we know well. This is called Swadhisthana chakra. Here, this is influenced by the water element. And as we know, water is very important factor in our body to keep us healthy. And it keeps the body always healthy if there is sufficient water within us. Because this spleen chakra controls all secretions and all synthesis processes. Especially new cells are synthesized regularly. Glands are secreting their secretions. So all these, they include this water element, and it flows. It is a flowing process controlled by this spleen chakra, Swadhisthana chakra. Then comes to the Naval chakra, Manipur chakra, where fire element is playing its role. It is really a logical center, but it is also increases our ego or tamoguna, because this fire element digests everything. Whatever comes to it, it takes. So it is a center which receives everything. So I think Ganesha has a big belly who receives everything. And this attitude of receiving everything, consuming everything with this fire element, is the root cause of possession. We want to possess everything, and thus it increases our tamoguna, and we are entangled in likes and dislikes, and we are more attached to the worldly matters. So if we understand these things, and if we really understand the functions of these elements, then we can make use of this. This is what planning is essential. Then when we come to the heart chakra, it is a middle chakra. These lower three are maintaining our health, no doubt. But the heart chakra is controlled by the air element. For any movement, air is required. Air pushes everything. And here, the circulatory system is regulated by the heart, as we know. And air element is distributed through this force of heart chakra to each and every cell. So this is what we develop then, respect for ourselves, also respect for the others. So this, when we meditate on the heart and when we start learning from the heart, this chakra gets activated, and respect not only for our own feelings, but the feelings of the other, they are developed. Then when this consciousness is focused on the throat chakra, that is Kantha chakra, here again, the ether element, space element is dominating, and it is the man only who can speak. If this chakra is activated, then your words becomes really true. It controls our respiratory system. See, all these are, unless there is a space, how can the air enter in? And then once the air enters, then the heart starts moving, circulating. So this is the gateway. Kantha chakra is a wonderful chakra. If that earth element is the source of all other elements. So if we know this, if our consciousness is raised to this Kantha chakra through this spinal system, whatever you call it, I am not speaking about the Kundalini, etc., but the energy, potentiality, which is hidden in the root chakra, it is coming up slowly by focusing our attention from root chakra to spleen chakra to navel chakra to heart chakra, then to throat chakra. And when it reaches to the forehead, Ajna chakra, here the role of light, what we say, light is within you, guidance comes from within, and that divine light which is hidden, that goes on shining. And here two glands are important, pineal gland and pituitary gland. They give commands to our central nervous system. This is where we get enlightened. Our thought gets noble thoughts. And this Ajna chakra, it is called Ajna, it commands. So the noble thoughts, if they are having the right direction, then they conduct all kinds of activities which become our good conduct. And finally, the crown chakra, Sahasrara chakra, relates to our soul. So in this sense, it is a soul is a void, nothingness, all that we can speak of. But it is this how we can focus our attention from matter to spirit. This is how matter needs to be spiritualized, by planning ourselves in our life and through daily meditation. And this, I think, let us train. Training is prescribed by the Buddhist Jain method. They have given 10 steps, and we must investigate ourselves how these 10 steps benefit us. Letting go is the best lesson. We must learn to let go. Let go of your competition, your judging attitude, your anger or temper, your regrets, your worrying attitude, your habit of blaming, your habit of guilt, your habit of fear. So all these, they say, practice letting go. We can do this. It is our ability, human ability. Investigate that ability and discover yourself. Not to do this means it is our inability. So investigate this potentiality, or to investigate this ability, or to investigate this skill within you. What is the key? Key is practice of awareness. We can let go with the awareness. This is what J. Krishnamurti tells us, that he says, paradoxically, he says, letting go is not important. What is important is not letting go, but finding out ourselves, investigating ourselves, discovering ourselves, that why we are depending upon it, why we are depending upon our nature of competition, nature of judging, nature of anger, nature of regrets, nature of worrying. Discover yourselves, that why you are dependent on your habits. And that discovery is successful, if that is clear, then he says it is finished. I think this is very important direction to us, to be aware and discover ourselves, why we have become habituated, why we are becoming stumbling block in manifesting our own potentiality. So when the why is clear, how is easy? That why must be clear first. Then how you will find yourself. So it seems to investigate our dependence on others, why we compete. Then this is that habit must go. We must discover it for ourselves. So when why is clear, how is clear. The path is, then naturally we come to the path. Path is nothing but sacrifice and service. Our focus must be to serve. And how? By sacrificing our self. Lower self need to be sacrificed for the service of our higher self. It is very well explained. Many times it is quoted in everybody's lecture. Sufi poet Rumi said, I died from the mineral and became plant. I died from plant and become animal. I died from animal and become man. Why then should I fear? When did I grow less by dying? Let us learn this lesson of dying moment to moment without fear and death. That is the gateway to new life. So what Rumi said is really true. We must learn a lesson to die moment to moment. And Rumi further says, next time I shall die from man, and I may grow the wings of an angel. From angel I seek advance. All things perish, save thy face, look at Atma. So again he directs us to focus our attention on our human soul, Atma, which is a really hidden potential. Well, in this, I don't want to, Suvralina, I have time. I think.
Yeah, you may take another 5 minutes to conclude, because we will go for discussion as well. People might ask.
Okay. That is why we used to invoke, lead me from unreal to real. Lead me from darkness to light. Lead me to death, to immortality. When we say this, asatoma sadgamaya tamasoma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amrutangamaya. Then when we say lead me from unreal to real, we should have courage. Courage to distinguish between real and unreal. And when you have this courage, when you have this intellect, then you will drop that which is unreal. And the answer for this regarding the path, HPB has given us, rather she has given us courage, that there is no danger that dauntless courage cannot conquer. So on the path, courage is required, and she says there is no danger that dauntless courage can't conquer. There is no trial that spotless purity can't pass through. And there is no difficulty that strong intellect can't surmount. For those who win onwards, there is reward of the power to bless and save the humanity. So for those who fail, again she assures, for those who fail, there are other lives in which success may come. So the law gives each one what is needed to learn. And when we remove our 10 defects, I will end with this. We have 10 defects like pride, greed, anger, lust, delusion, jealousy, negativity, selfishness, hatred, ego. When we remove all these, it is only then our potentiality can be expressed. And for practicality, it is very well said, when you are alone, mind your thoughts, because thoughts are disturbing when you are alone. Try to be as much time as you can without thought. Time means few seconds. Then mind your tongue when you are in the group with the friends. Mind your temper when you are really in the state of anger. And mind your behavior when you are in group. Mind your emotions when you are in trouble. And mind your ego when you are really blessed. So with these practicality, we can lead our life orderly, harmoniously, and radiating love. This is what a Purushartha we have to do. We have to express our potentiality in our daily life. 4 Purushartha are said: Artha, Kama, Dharma, Moksha. Artha is the need of the heart. So without money, your heart won't think to help others. Money is required. You have to be economically sound first. So Artha is the first Purushartha you have to do, earn honestly. It is the need of the heart. Kama is the need of the body. Body desires many things. You have to fulfill those desires as you have acquired this body. As a soul, you have acquired this body. So Kama is the second Purushartha. Dharma is the need of the mind. Duty. Mind must be duty oriented. And moksha is the need of the soul. Soul is longing for liberation, but it is entangled in our personality. That is our difficulty to express that potentiality in our daily life. Thank you, Suvralina, for giving me this opportunity, and thank you to all others. I don't know how far I have made you to understand this. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It was a very practical session. You started from all chakras till the manifestation and how we should also take some efforts. Evolution is not on its own way. On the way, we have to take our efforts too. This was the message I at least personally received from you. It's always good to listen to you because you explain so well. I mean, there is where your being a professor plays a major role. I can think so.
Thank you.
Okay, but now people might have some questions too. Anyone who has got some questions and who wants to discuss may put in the chat or voice the questions so that Brother Shinde could answer. So you have to quickly open your chat box, type it out, or raise your hand. I may ask Kritika to allow you to speak. So do I see some questions? Colonel Kailash is sending us love and blessings in the chat. That's good. It was actually very well explained. It's not about a theory we got to know. Everybody knows it. but how you start doing it in your daily life, that's more important. Manifesting what is there. Brother Sudip Mishra is sending his regards for this one wisdomful talk. Any question, brothers and sisters? Or anyone would like to say something?
Yes, hello. I would like to have a question, please.
Please, you may come in the video, and Kritika, please add. Please
Yeah.
raise a question.
Okay. So as we are talking about meditation, so I'm just wondering, what is the definition of meditation? Because right now, most people think that meditation is that you need to sit at one place, do nothing, think nothing, and you are not allowed to move. You're not allowed to, you're not allowed to move your body or move your position. But from what I understand, meditation is that you just need to be silent and look inside of you. So for me, meditation, some people say that you can actually meditate when you are working during the daytime. So can you please explain more about the definition of meditation and how many ways there are for us to meditate on a daily life basis?
Meditation, when we speak about meditation, what I have understood is meditation is to be aware. And this awareness, you need not have a particular position. Anywhere you can be aware. Whether you are doing cooking or whether you are brushing the teeth or whatever it is in daily life, you have to be aware. Aware of what? Aware of our thoughts, aware of our feelings, and aware of our behavior in that particular situation. So that is what meditation is. But to what we do meditate regularly, regular meditation has to be done, means it is training to the mind. Mind distracts, it is restless. It is not really easy to be aware all the time. Sometimes in group it gossips, and we are subject to the common karma of humanity. So we are polluting the whole mental atmosphere. By gossiping, we pollute our mental atmosphere. By cruelty, we pollute our human civilization. And by superstition, we pollute and hinder our own human progress. This is what commonly humanity is doing now. But what can I do if I am the world? I am really concerned with the human progression and perfection. Then what should be my responsibility? My responsibility to be aware, not to gossip, not to do any cruelty by speaking, by writing, or by anything way. There are many ways of cruelty, and not blind belief. So if I am aware of all this, we should avoid gossip, we should avoid blind belief, and shift our focus from, as it is HPB said, head learning to heart learning. So heart learning is important because feelings are important. And if we are aware of feelings and thought, then our actions will be spontaneous, and that is meditation. But daily training to mind is to sit quietly, observing quietly, trying to be aware what is going on all around, need not close your eyes. So that kind of is a training to the mind. It is not meditation. Meditation is not doing anything. So when we say we are doing meditation, it is a wrong sentence. So not doing anything is meditation. To be aware is meditation. That's what I understand.
Thank you, sir. So to be aware is to meditate. Because I came across one video of Krishnamurti, and there's one quote that he's saying, and I don't really catch it. He said that when you meditate, you're actually observing your mind, and then for a while, you will notice that the observer is being observed. So who is actually observing the observer?
Yes, being watchful of our own watchfulness state.
Can you please say that again? Sorry, my internet connection is really bad.
That is being watchful. You see, we should have that watchful eye. So watchfulness is different, and being watchful. Watch your watchfulness with your watchful eye. So this is observer and observed become one. How can we be aware of our own awareness?
Yeah.
It is possible, but it is possible. It is not impossible. And love makes it possible. When you are in really that state of love, you are with it. No question of awareness.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It was a very easy and simple definition of going for meditation, not doing meditation.
Yes.
Really, really nice for at least beginners who want to understand meditation and approach meditative state. That's really good. So I don't see any other questions. I think, your talk was so lucid, so simple and interesting and easy to understand. I can see Dinesh Karthik ji raising his hand. You want to say something, sir?
Yes. Just
Please.
a simple question, sir. It could be a very simple, but I constantly come across this word truth. Across many philosophers use this word. So even at the beginning of the talk, you are saying like about truth. So what is this significance of this word truth? Or I don't really understand the meaning. If you can explain something simple, so it is easy for understand. So it's very complicated, but I come across often in all the books. Thank you, sir.
Truth is reality. Truth is reality. And what is reality? Again, undescribable. Therefore, it is said, lead me from unreal to real. So here, it is difficult to explain what is truth. And therefore, we take some ideals, the three great truths which are explained. The human soul is immortal. Discover that truth. Really, the human soul is immortal. What is that soul? So when we go deeper and deeper, then when the life is one, how can that soul be different? Human soul be different? You discover this one truth. Human soul is immortal. Immortal means it must be immortal principle of life. So I have this human soul with me. I am trying myself to touch that human soul, divinity within, and I am trying to connect that divine truth where there is no fractions, there is unity, but I am trying to go to it through diversity. I have many fragments in me. With these fragments, I want to realize that reality, that absolute truth, which is oneness. That is what secret doctrine it is said. It speaks about the absolute truth. And that absolute truth, how can we touch to that truth? is really, really one must discover. And usually I say, why not we can start with our sharp intellect, being intellectuals. We are all intellectuals now. And we can start, how can we understand this? How can we intellectualize this first oneness of life? So when I see on physically, we share one earth. As I said, 5 elements, we share one earth physically. All are sharing one earth. Biologically, we are sharing one life. Chemically, we are sharing one chemical pattern. Socially, we are sharing one humanity. And spiritually, we are sharing one intelligence. And Krishnamurti defined this intelligence. What is this intelligence? Intelligence is that perceptive power that makes you to know that which is false, that which is untrue. And when you know that which is false and that which is untrue, that capacity you have, spiritually we share that intelligence. And when we touch that intelligence, then you see the untruth, not truth. You see the untruth, and that untruth drops. Whatever remains is the truth. This is the real seeker of the truth, I understand.
Thank you, sir, for that.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir. I don't see any question in the chat, but yes, I see a raising hand of Brother KVB Sastri. If you have a question, quickly voice that.
Thank you, my sister. So I have a question to ask you about it. That is about chakras. You have narrated chakras and how to get awareness about the chakras. That's what I want to know. Am I audible to you, sir?
Yeah, you are speaking about the chakras.
Yes, sir.
What question you are
My
putting?
question is how to get awareness about the influence of chakras and sadhana.
Oh, it is better. The principle you must understand. When your focus of attention.
I'm not able to hear you, sir.
Kindly unmute yourself. I think you got muted.
No, sir. I'm in unmute.
No, I'm asking Brother
Yes,
Shinde to unmute.
now I am audible, I think.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Brother, you asked about the chakra, how to activate them. Better you focus your attention. First, you know anatomy of the chakra, where these are situated. Try to understand that your own anatomy. Unless you know where your stomach is, how can you focus your energy on your stomach? So in the same manner, we must understand anatomy of the spinal cord and where these are situated, which glands are associated with those chakras. If we know, then if we focus your attention on those chakras for few seconds, so where your focus of attention goes, your energy moves towards that center, and that center gets activated to function its own regularly because it is blocked. So if we make them activate, don't expect anything, just see for a few seconds your chakras and they get activated and keep you healthy, not giving any power as such, but you are become powerful. Other people say that you are powerful, but don't expect anything. The only way is to focus your energy, and energy remedies or activates those chakras. That is the only way we can follow. We are not supposed to activate them, but we can energize them.
Really quick, why are we not allowed to activate them?
It is because yet as human beings, we are imperfect. we are not free from our anger, the storms of our temper. So many defects are there. And if they are activated, then they become powerful. We are putting that energy in such bad things. So that is why Krishnamurti once said, in Adyar, all centers are activated. But if you are really sensitive, then either you become their God or a pitiful sinner. So our condition becomes pitiful then. If we are not controlling our desires, selfish desires, then how can these forces can help to dissolve those selfish desires? Rather, they forced to think more selfishly. So you become more selfish. That is the danger in it. That is what we are not activating them, but just we are keeping them active, not sleeping.
That's very clear, sir. I totally understand now.
Thank you.
So we just need to focus our energy on the chakra just to make sure that it keeps us healthy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is there time for any more? Is there time for another question?
No, I just have one last question. Are you based in Theosophical Society, Chennai, sir?
Yeah, please. This is the last question we're taking up.
Yeah, that's my question. Are you based in Theosophical Society in Chennai, India?
Who, myself?
Yeah.
Yes, I am in the Adyar. I am looking after Adyar library. Last
Okay.
16 years, I am in Adyar.
I'm coming to India this December and
Please
I'm looking
come.
forward to meet you in
Adyar
person.
is a spiritual center.
Thank you. I'll see you there soon. Thank you so much.
Good. You can have a further discussion when you are here. That's great. So thank you, Brother Shinde. It was so nice of you for such a beautiful talk, not just a talk, but all the questions, they were all, they were there and you brought the clarity out of it. And I think many of us are indebted to you for such a clear clarity based discussion on the question answers. So here we move out from the session with a closing prayer, and that will be the end of the session. So I request all of you to absorb into silence once more, and whatever we learned in the session, let us quickly recall, and then we'll do a closing prayer. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you, all of you. Thanks, Brother Shinde, once again.
Thank you.
And see you all in the next session.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Kritika, you might close the session now.